Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode 10 of season 4 of the Sunderland career mode here on FIFA 19. Thank you for your support whilst I was away on holiday. I very much appreciate it. We will be back to daily uploads as of today. So hopefully we can crack on and do well in today's episode at the very least to ensure that we get ourselves out of the relegation zone. The last episode ended in unbelievable last minute drama in a 6-point relegation battle against Stoke. Unreal game of football. Now we play Leeds in the first game today. We have a game in hand on a number of sides around us. Meaning if we win against Leeds, we will go out of the relegation zone. I hope. If we win our game in hand, then we'll certainly go out of the relegation zone. We've Southampton also today, who are currently 9th, and then I think it was Everton at the end of the month. It is, and that is the game in hand. Everton are the team that have played 27 games as well. So we know that if we win against Leeds and then win one of our remaining 2 games today, we will go out of the relegation zone. It's been a real tooth and nail fight so far this season. You guys had one overwhelming request after the pre-recorded content that was the period while I was away. That was to start Harrison up top, George Harrison ahead of Sean Maguire, which I have done. We shall wait and see if that makes any difference to our goal scoring attempts. Of course, there was some calls to change formation, as there have been for a while, but as I mentioned in one of those episodes that went up whilst I was away, I'm wanting to try at least this season to make this the formation, the setup that we've used to get us here, work at this level. And then if it doesn't work, so be it, we will change formation. But I want to make this 4-4-2 work in the Premier League if I can. So far, it's not working amazingly well, but I'm still kind of confident of keeping us up this season, especially with this game in hand that we have. But we'll be Leeds today, followed by Southampton and Everton. Do drop the video a like if you enjoy. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to ensure you don't miss out on the end of this, what will be no doubt nail-biting end to the Premier League season. But for now, it's time to face Leeds at home. Kiko Casilla in goal for Leeds. They're playing 4 at the back. Ayling, Shaughnessy, Cardoso and Pearce. It's 5 in midfield for them, although it looks like a 4-1-4-1 with Phillips holding. Koyalipu, Idaguchi, Samu Saiz and Izzy Brown on the left, with Patrick Bamford up top on his own. It's not the best of sides, but we, on the flip side, aren't the best of sides. They have the worst goal-scoring record in the league, Leeds United. We'll hope to use that to our advantage, although, of course, I haven't played FIFA in about 13 days, so I have no idea how this is going to go. It might be that we come back super refreshed and find ourselves playing better football than we ever have, or I'm going to get smacked every game. We'll wait and see. Out wide here to Izzy Brown. Read that turn. James Justin does brilliantly well. Lyndon Gooch also impressive in the midfield. Alexis with a nice switch here to Max Lowe. Will drive down the line. Still driving down the line and driving down the line well. And there's space here for Jack Clark. And some calls to maybe switch him to the right-hand side of midfield, which we might well do next season. Oh, heavy touch by Max Lowe though, and unfortunately the ball goes away. We've been the more positive side in the opening 15 to 20 minutes, but no side yet to take the lead. Here's Izzy Brown down the left for Leeds again. That's a beautiful turn. The cross could come in here. He's gone short to Samu Saiz, who's run the ball off the pitch.
And I'm sure the opposition will be doubly determined to
turns inside well. Oh, that ball roll's completely sold me. Just need to be wary of Patrick Bamford's movement here. Samu Saiz to Izzy Brown. McAllister cuts it out. Harrison out here to Jack Clark. Against his former team. He's got the legs on Shaughnessy, that's for sure. Racing away really well. We have a number of players in the middle to aim for. We'll look for someone at the back post. And Moise Keane can't keep it down. Glorious opportunity to give us a 1-0 lead and get his first goal. But he couldn't get it underneath the bar. Bamford crosses Saiz into Izzy Brown. Looking for the 1-2, and it's just out of the reach of James Justin, who's probably fouled Izzy Brown there, but the referee allows play to continue, and will come away on the counter-attack. Keane. Oh, that's not where I intended that pass to go at all. Is that mistake going to cost us? So he's in space. Ayling tackled by the defender, and away on the counter-attack we come again. Jack Clark play the pass at the right time for Moise Keane, who's in behind here. This might be the chance, and is! Moise Keane scores! His first goal for the club, our first goal of this game, and that might get us out the relegation zone. Ayling on the overlap. Gets stuck in with Max Lowe, and he's done brilliantly there. So far, all he says is he nearly makes mistakes. So far, it's been a very positive opening hour or so. Just give that what was meant for Drew Yearwood, but Moise Keane's in behind again. Keane in the space. Oh, it's like a bus. You wait for one and two come along at once. Moise Keane gets his second goal for the club. We have some daylight between ourselves and Leeds United. They are the lowest scorers in the league this season with just 21 goals in 28 games. I don't see them scoring two now in the final half an hour. Oh, turns out maybe just Moise Keane might be the signing that keeps us in the Premier League. He's down the corner there to Koyalipu. Nice turn inside. Patrick Bamford. We have to be wary. There is still plenty of time for Leeds to grab a goal or two. I don't feel like they will, but in this save so far this season, we can't take anything for granted. Just as Stoke couldn't take anything for granted against us in the last episode. Oh, wow! They won't be getting anything from this, Leeds United. McAllister. Whoa. Maybe he could be the signing that sees us stay up in the Premier League. I'm not sure if it took a slight deflection off the defender's foot or whether that had any impact on the ball at all. It certainly impacted his follow-through, but the movement on the shot was unreal. That was probably the best goal of the season for an individual strike. McAllister makes it 3-0. Maybe I should go away on holiday more often, because we're going to make this our 7th win in 28 games. We only tend to win 1 in 4 at this rate. We're going to need more than just 1 in 4 for the remaining 10 games of the season. But this will give us the confidence to do it. Oh, it's going to reach Jack Clark. It's 4-0. We didn't see this coming, but we shall take it. Sunderland 4, Leeds United 0. We might be out the relegation zone. Cross there to Phillips. Idaguchi to Samu Saiz. Shot blocked. Worth a try, I suppose. Moise Keane across there to George Harrison. Out wide to Lyndon Gooch. Oh, it's lovely football. I'm not entirely too sure where this has come from, but we are playing superbly well here. Jack Clark is at the back post again. Casilla with the punch, and we'll get it away. 4-0 here against Leeds is certainly our best result of the season. Hands down, easily the best result of the season. We've not been very good this year in the Premier League, but this is a rare glimpse of the potential of this team. If we can do this more often, then we will stand a chance of getting ourselves perhaps towards the top half next year with the right additions in the off-season. This team could genuinely challenge for Europe within the next 2 years if we stay up this year, and survival is of the utmost importance for us here at Sunderland this season, and Lyndon Gooch could get us back to within a good step with goal difference, and 5 here at home against Leeds. Drew Yearwood on the score sheet this time. Lipu down the right hand side for Leeds, flicked on by Bamford but straight into the arms of Bettinelli, and with just 60 seconds to go, it's going to be the most unexpected result that we've had for a very long time. It's been a while since we've won, let alone kept a clean sheet with a win, let alone won by a margin of 5 goals. Only on a handful of occasions even have we had the opportunity to score quite so many. 6 shots, 4 on target, 5 goals as one went in off the post. We were just clinical on that occasion. We've created a lot more in a number of other games where we haven't even scored. But on this occasion, when the ball was shot on goal, it went in, and we are out of the relegation zone with that win. We are top of the 4 sides trying to avoid finishing 18th and 19th. West Ham look like they're down already. And Burnley are 6 points clear of us and look like they're probably safe. Although we do have a game in hand on them. Everton's still now 2 games in hand. We've Southampton to play next, who were 9th and still are 9th. It's going to be close all the way to the end of the season, but that 3 points there has given us a massive boost to head now into this game against Saints. I'm actually quite high on confidence. Southampton starting lineup, then Angus Gunn in goal. They're playing 5 at the back. Valery Milenkovic, Joe Gomez, Scott Mustafi and Augustin at left back. Luis Alberto and Golovin in the midfield with Chadas, Hernandez and El Yanusi as their front 3. Southampton are a decent side with other games played in between our first game and second game of today's episode. We're actually back in the relegation zone, although we do have at least 1, if not 2 games in hand on a number of other sides. So the opportunity to get ourselves back out of the bottom 3 once we've played all of those games and we're level on games played with everybody else is still very much a possibility. But for the time being, despite that massive win against Leeds United, we are back in the relegation zone and trying to recover once again. It's a lovely ball over the top there, looking for Hernandez, who takes in his stride, lofts it up well. Jack Clark has to head behind for a Southampton corner, early doors. I get the feeling this one is going to be quite a lot more difficult than the last game. Bettinelli tipping over. Corner again, Luis Alberto to deliver. Southampton starting as the aggressors in this one. Hernandez flicks that onto the roof of the net. We'll stay at 0-0. Gustafsson. Oh, lovely ball down the line to El Yanusi. Cross could come in here and does. It's dangerous. Headed away by Tamori nicely. Alexis will turn. And the obvious ball there is Jack Clark. George Harrison holding the ball up nicely. And Lyndon Gooch is on the run and setting behind here. Takes it in his stride nicely. He's onside. Number of Southampton defenders back here in their 5-back formation. But Jack Clark finds a bit of space. That's blocked. It'll drop to Gooch. That also blocked. Keane flicks it on. Oh, there's an offside against Moise Keane. I mean, Jack Clark's effort was a long way wide. And Moise Keane was a long way offside. Justin with the throw. Gooch brings it down and will find Drew Yearwood. Not the best of turns from him, but still we keep possession here. George Harrison want to find some space. Need that hold-up play. Here's McAllister. We'll try it from the edge of the box. He struck that very well indeed. It's a decent save by Angus Gunn. I'm not sure actually if McAllister is right or left-footed. He scored his last goal with his right, obviously, and he is right-footed. Does have decent long shots, McAllister as well. So trying to utilise that there. He struck it very cleanly. It's a decent delivery in here. Mustafi will head that clear. Tamori will look for Gooch. Find Drew Yearwood. It's Wan Foyth. Here's Lyndon Gooch again. I see the run on the outside from McAllister. Just try and stand it up to the middle. Oh, and a hit cleared away by Milenkovic. That's going to be 0-0 at half-time. Either side could have scored. Neither side have. Welcome back to FIFA 19, Ches. There was nothing on there. Nothing on whatsoever, so I wasn't even bothering to commentate at that stage. And then Golovin pulls that out of the bag. That's ridiculous. With his weaker left foot. That's a crazy strike. 1-0 Southampton. Keane. In there to Yearwood. Space for Clark. Options through the middle again. Harrison will turn well and find Keane. Got Gooch. Oh, lovely ball through. McAllister, we equalised immediately. That was a brilliantly worked goal. That's total football. Really enjoyed that. We're level just moments after going behind. Oh, what a way to respond. Really, really pleased with that. 1-1. Justin with the throw. Keane's coming short there. Get it to him. Chest it down well. Like this about. Jack Clark's here. We'll try a first time hit with him. And that was on its way on target at the very least. Joe Gomez in the way. Jack Clark's finishing has grown to 89. Which is pretty remarkable. I've not really trained him much at all, Jack Clark. But his finishing has flown up in its rating. Keane will look round the corner. McAllister could be in again. Joe Gomez is having quite the spell of defensive domination at the minute. Denying us the opportunity for 2 goals there in a matter of moments. Gooch into George Harrison. Oh! Strike sunshine! We lead against Southampton. Sunderland 2. Southampton 1. You guys called for him to be in the starting lineup, and that is why. Luis Alberto threaded through to Josh Sims. Cross comes into the back post. Good save, Bettinelli. Well, it was another first-time hit there. You did expect perhaps the ball to fly into the back of the net. We've made 3 changes in our midfield. Both central midfielders and the left mid of Jack Clark making way. Jamal Lowe is on, Ravel Morrison is on, Jamie Ward is on. And hopefully we'll hold on to this 2-1 lead. Another corner for Southampton though to try and claw it back. Whipped in and well. Joe Gomez is up, but he's headed over the bar. 5 to go. Golovin, Hernandez, Luis Alberto trying to replicate what his Russian teammate did earlier in the game to give them at the time a 1-0 lead. This time it would have been to bring them back level at 2-2. Oh, Ravel, you needed a much better first touch than that, and Gooch could have been set away. Oh, we're in stoppage time though at the end of the game, and we have conceded a number of goals at this time of games previously this season that's cost us a number of points. But we won't on this occasion. Bettinelli holds on. We shall wait and wait and wait to waste the time. Lowe flicks that on nicely, and the referee gives us all 3 points in back-to-back games. Genuinely, maybe I should go on holiday more often. A 5-0 win against Leeds. Somehow, after going 1-0 down, we quickly turned it around to a 2-1 lead and hold on there against Southampton as well. Man City win. Liverpool lose to Spurs by 2-1. And again, we are out of the relegation zone. But we will have to try our best to ensure that we can stay there now. The board's rating of us, or expect... Oh, sorry, Sean, but the audience requested your removal from the first team, and so far they've proven to be right. We'll sign you to see if you're any good. Oh, I think I accidentally signed an absolute shitter there by accidentally pressing A when I wanted to flick down. We'll let him go immediately, but the other guy we can have a good look at. Where are you? This guy, Timo Graf, centre forward, 70 to 94 potential, 80 acceleration, 77 sprint speed, and 71 agility at 17 years of age. He's actually very good. It's not very often you see attackers with physical stats like that. Was it this guy? Yeah, sorry, dude. I accidentally signed you. My apologies. Billy Hughes looking like he's going to grow quite well. At 87 to 94 potential. We are training him. Ewan King, 76 to 90. We have Cameron Morris, 82 to 94. Tobias Zimmerman, 81 to 94. Timo Graf now 70 to 94. Looks like he could be quite promising. 86 to 92 for Oscar Thomas. And then Ed Phillips, 74 to 94. Got a batch of promising youngsters there. And so far, we've had a batch of promising results in today's episode. It's Everton next. I do not want the Bolivian international manager's job. Thank you very much. We shall have a train, and then I shall see you in the game against Everton. Jordan Pickford in goal for Everton. Sergio Roberto, Bastos, Dunk and Martinez as a back four. 2 holding, Ndidi and Llorente. Then up top, Bernadeschi, Tom Davies and Onyekuru sat behind Richarlison. It's a very strong Everton side. Why they're not quite hitting the heights in the Premier League, I'm not sure. It's a very high-rated team. Richarlison's up at 86, Ndidi's 85, Pickford's 86. The defence isn't that strong, and perhaps that's their undoing. We'll wait and see if it can be their undoing in this game as a whole. But this is going to be easily the most difficult game of the day. It's going to drop free kindly to James Justin, actually, and that's a really tempting cross. Going to drop to Drew Yearwood. Hit that first time. Good save by Pickford. Nicely done by McAllister. He's very, very good at hitting those half volley balls. Win that header. Oh, Henry Onyekuru did. Max Lowe tried to flick that back and failed, and now Richarlison could race away. It's very fast, the Brazilian, and looking to utilise that pace here. Support arriving from Tom Davies, and then from a couple of others. Oh, just sold me. Absolutely sold me. Jan Foyth, Juan Foyth even, getting a yellow card after 9.5 minutes. Tom Davies just left me for dead there. Decent position for a free kick. Bernadeschi stood over it. Martinez leaves it. Bernadeschi will... Oh no, Martinez lays off to Richarlison. Shot blocked by James Justin, who ended up on the floor. And Bernadeschi will take the corner now. Whipped in from there. Richarlison wins the header. Bettinelli with a save. This has been end-to-end at the beginning of the game. Bodes well for an entertaining game, not necessarily for a positive result for us. Sergio Roberto into the middle, drew Yearwood away. Bernadeschi chests it down. Sergio Roberto, that's off Van Foyth's face as he reels away holding his nose. Bernadeschi takes the corner short again. Sergio Roberto again with a quick delivery, but headed away this time further away from danger. Martinez into Llorente. Forward there to Tom Davies, into Bernadeschi. Nice tackle by Max Lowe. Harrison short there to Alexis. We'll try and catch him on the counter if we can. Nice footwork by Moise Keane, and Drew Yearwood is there. Time the pass right for Thomas Harrison, which we did time it right. I just didn't aim it right. He would have been clean through there had I found the angle for the pass. Richarlison, the other end, could set up an opportunity for Everton. This really is turning into quite the end-to-end game so far, isn't it? Well, Harrison's hold-up play for the first time in a while actually doesn't work. Bernadeschi finds Richarlison, and still Everton come forward. Back there to Sergio Roberto. Max Lowe forward to Harrison, and again not able to hold the ball up. It's been his speciality so far this season. It's been the way that he can bring other teammates into play, but he's not having the best of games here. Everton's certainly the better team in the opening half an hour. Another corner, which will be taken short. Bernadeschi to Sergio Roberto, whips in well. Richarlison flicks it on, and Bettinelli saves. This time they're just going to put it into the mix and see what happens. The short corners haven't been working. It's Richarlison again, and it's Bettinelli again. Harrison. Cross here to James Justin. Moise Keane is through that gap. Just not able to hold the ball up at the front line anywhere near as well in this game. We said Everton were going to be the most difficult game we played today, and it's certainly proving to be the case. But if we're able to get a point out of it, then we've certainly earned it, because they are dominating me in this game so far, and I can't really seem to do anything against them going the other way. I had to rely on our goalkeeper a number of times now to deny, mainly Richarlison. A lot of their efforts come through him. If we can keep him quiet, then we should be able to keep Everton quiet, but easier said than done in this opening part of the game. That's a nice ball out there to Lowe, and Jack Clark has George Harrison here in support. Oh, just going to reach McAllister there. Gooch with a nice turn, an equally impressive tackle from Martinez, and we shall continue to stay goalless.
Short passes, but they're keeping the ball.
Bernadeschi. Oh, nice tackle by Lyndon Gooch. Get to that first, he has done. Moise Keane, he made a run, but not really a run I could use. That's a lovely ball though by George Harrison, and Jack Clark's in behind. There is a man at the back post. I'm not going to use him, and I don't need to. Jack Clark makes it Sunderland 1, Everton 0. Are we about to win all 3 games in a played episode for the first time all season? Maybe.
He spotted a teammate, and he's got
Jack
the
Clark
technique
intercepts
as well
well.
as the vision to switch the play.
Turns away nicely. Our goal scorer of the day. Harrison's hold-up play on this occasion does work, and it was, to be fair to him, his hold-up play that led to the assist for Jack Clark's goal as well. He's not had the best of times in this game, George Harrison, but certainly has had a positive impact on the team overall. I don't think it's any coincidence whatsoever that you guys have called for him to be in the starting lineup, and we've had some good results. I was hoping that Maguire would be the man to keep us up with his goals, as he's won the Golden Boot 2 seasons in a row in this save, but evidently he's just not quite cut out for this level, and next season it'll be time for him to move on and someone else to come to the club. Maybe George Harrison will see his starting position at risk next year. due to the introduction of a new striker, or maybe the new striker, regardless of whether they're higher rated or not, will have to settle for initially a bench spot, as George Harrison is certainly putting in the performances at present. But Davies with a header here. Bettinelli had enough time to move his feet there, but decided to go for the camera save anyway. Just over 15 minutes to go. We have a 1-0 lead. It's a nice ball to Richarlison here. And he's turned well. The shot comes in. Bettinelli holds on nicely. Did well there at Richarlison to work the space and sold me with the defender. Indeed, he not able to get it off Gooch despite 2 bites of the cherry. And Moise Kean will look to accelerate away. Gooch is arriving at pace and turns well. Coming off the field shortly, Moise Kean, that could have a part to play in the way that the game is going to end. George Harrison will turn here, and I couldn't quite get the shot off in time. 7 minutes to go, still the 1-0 lead, but Everton will try until the final whistle. Of that I'm certainly sure. There to Richarlison. Foyth does really well, and that tackle might be what keeps us in the lead until the end of the game. Keane around the corner here to Gooch. I do have substitutes waiting to be made, but the ball just hasn't gone out of play yet for them to actually come onto the field and play. But they might not have the opportunity to, because the final whistle's not too far away. It's a lovely ball by Harrison in there to Gooch. We'll stand it up. Oh. Well, it was supposed to be a cross in the air to the edge of the 6-yard box. He's heavily drilled it on the floor to the edge of the 18-yard box, but it doesn't matter because we got the win. So we'll take 3 straight victories in today's episode. I certainly didn't deserve that one, did I? Not even close to deserving that one. Oh, dearie me. Liverpool win 3-1 against Leicester City after losing to Spurs last time out. What will that do for our league position? We are 16th and, crucially, 5 points clear of the drop zone, with a game in hand on Watford and Leeds and West Ham. Today's episode might have kept us up. We still have 8 games to play, so there's a long way to go between now and the end of the season still, despite the fact there's only 2 episodes. West Ham away we shall play. Chelsea at home will sim. Spurs at home will sim. Newcastle away we shall certainly play, and then Burnley away we'll play, and Fulham at home we shall sim. And then the month of April has just Arsenal and Palace in it. Depending on how the rest of, or depending on how April goes, I may just play Fulham, Arsenal and Palace at the end of the season as a final episode of the league season, and then we'll have a season roundup after that. Or basically, it all just depends on how the results go in tomorrow's episode. But that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching. Do make sure you drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to be sure you don't miss out on any more of this season or this save. Have a quick look through here to see if there's anyone that stands out. 75 to 94 potential is decent, but his starting rating there, Declan Alexander, doesn't look like it's going to be too good. So we'll give it another month there before committing. Toby Roberts looks like he could be decent though. And that will be all from the England report. I'll have a look at Toby Roberts though and see if he looks any good before ending. It's West Ham to start us off in the next episode. Toby Roberts, where are you, my man? There he is, a right back, 70 to 94 potential, 6'2", not that fast. Don't know if he'll be any good or not. Probably not, but maybe we could sell him on in 3 seasons' time for some profit. Maybe that profit could help us buy a player that will win us the Champions League. That's where we'd like to be in 3 seasons' time, challenging for the Champions League. But for the time being, we're quite happy just to stay in the Premier League. That's all for today. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next.